Hello, welcome. This is a 10-minute video on the Unit 4, Assignment 2, Learning MB. I'm going to be very quick and straight to the point. So, today, this assignment is released on the 22nd of February 2021, and you are expected to hand it on the 10th of March 2021. So, the title here for this very assignment is Planning an Event in the Light of Research. We expect you to structure this assignment so it's easy for you to follow it chronologically and it's easy for the teacher to assess you accurately. And this is the format we will expect you to follow. So introduce your report, the method you're using, your findings from your research, your recommendations, your conclusions, as well as your bibliography. So where is the source? How do you gather those information? Where do you get it from? Is it from the book, from the website, wherever you got it from? Bibliography, we want to see that. So when writing your report, obviously you must have chosen an ideal event. What is your ideal event? Considering the current circumstances, the COVID restrictions, okay? So your ideal event might be for you a charity event, like the one I have there, the Kent Ambulance is the charity that we have chosen as a college. But you can choose any other ideal event for this very event to raise money. So, and what is your aim? What is the purpose for this, for choosing that very ideal? So, what's your reasons? Have you undertaken any risk assessment? Because it's very, very important. Without a risk assessment and anyone gets hurt, you will be fined. So it's very important to undertake to carry out a risk assessment. Have you also had a plan B? What is your contingency plan? Any backup plan in case your first plan doesn't work? And in this event, you will also need to allocate some roles and responsibilities. Who is doing what? Who is responsible for the advertising? Who is leading? And who is doing marketing and communications, who is the runner. I'm going to go in details in another PowerPoint, but just briefly I need to go through this. So, and this is very important, as I said earlier on, how you structure your report is key for you to have a maximum, to achieve your deserved grade. So your name, most of you forget names and your ID numbers. So it's difficult for us to know who actually did what. So we need to see your name, introduce the topic. So this introduction is basically within the context of your assignment brief. So within your assignment brief, you see where it says context. It is within that context that you have to summarize and personalize how you go about it. So we need to see that within your introduction. There's no point for you to introduce something new, something different from what we're asking you to do. So use that. Number 2 will be your method, your methodologies. So how do you plan to carry out this research? Is it primary research or secondary research, which is most of the things you do here all the time anyway. So say it and say which website, which book, who did you speak to? Your findings basically has to do with the questions you've been asked to carry it out. So your P3 here is to investigate the staging of several events to determine common success factors. So here you're expected to now look at at least two different events and what makes them to be successful. Yeah? And then report back. Your P4 is to explain the chosen event idea, including reasons for your choice. So for that idea that you have, for that event that you're planning to do, okay, why do you choose them? Explain. It's your choice. you probably you have a reason why you choose that very event. So explain it. We want to hear that. We want to see that. Finding P5, explain factors that need to be considered when produce a detailed plan for a proposed event. Obviously, when you are planning an event, you will have several factors to consider. And we've dealt with this extensively in our lessons. So factor number one, who is coming? Do they have any issues with dietary? Are there any special needs? Parking space. Are they traveling? How far? Are they coming by train or what sort of mode of transport are they taking? Your PCs. Produce a detailed plan for your chosen event using the planning tools. These planning tools here is the Gantt tools, the Gantt chart, which tells you from day 1 to days from 0 to 7, 1 week to 2 weeks, depending on how long you intend to plan this and the budget that you need. So these tools will help you to be able to plan, to carry out your plan. The details of this is also at the end of this slide, so you'll go through them later. Your merits to assess the feasibility of the event proposals. Your feasibility is to consider whether these events and at the place your proposals is feasible. Is it doable? Is it something you can do? If so, okay. If not, why not? So you need to look at the impact, the positive about the proposals and what is not good about these propositions. Findings M3. Analyze the key factors that need to be considered when producing a plan for an event. So the key factors here, in order for you to be successful, you need to examine those key factors. Obviously, you have looked at other events that were done and how they became very successful. So here you need to analyze them. I always say this, whenever you're analyzing, evaluating, explaining, and describing anything, you're going beyond just the knowing. Yeah, you're going beyond the knowing and the understanding. So you need to be able to address it, giving your reasons why you feel that is actually a good event to be undertaken. So evaluate and justify the feasibility plan, tools, budgets, risk, and make any required contingency adjustments. Again, you're going back to the original thing you've said. You said the feasibility plan is good. You're saying the budget is good. You said you've taken the risk assessment on this very event, and you said you've got a backup plan. You've said it all along. Now we want you to evaluate. We want to reevaluate, put a value on it, and justify whether this, what you've actually saying is good enough for that project to go without failure. Conclusions. Your conclusion is very, very important. So very often students write without the conclusions. It's like I'm halfway. Where am I ending with this? So you need to conclude it. During your conclusion, please remember, this is not when you introduce a new topic. You're basically summarizing, going back to all that you've said and picking out the key elements and putting them down in your conclusions. The amount of words you put here is not too that relevant, but it's important that you put all the key factors of what you've written down in your previous pages on these conclusions. Bibliography. Please, this is your reference, and this is what I'm saying. Within your reference, this is the Gantt theory or the Gantt chart. Visit there, use those informations for you to plan your event. And you can use that as well under your bibliography to help you complete this. Thank you very much.